Well, 2 weeks after the U.S. completed its military mission in Afghanistan, Secretary of State Antony Blinken testified before the House Foreign Affairs Committee. 13 U.S. service members lost their lives in the final days of the drawdown. We are joined this morning by Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor, live in D.C. Jesse, good morning. What did the Secretary of State have to say, about the withdrawal?
Yeah, good morning. Secretary Blinken continued to defend the withdrawal, which is, of course, what we've been hearing from the administration since the get-go. And then also a familiar theme that was played throughout the hearing yesterday when grilled by Democrats and Republicans about it was that Secretary Blinken deferred a lot to the Trump administration, saying that that previous administration didn't really leave President Biden with a plan of sorts, more of just a specific deadline. And something new, though, that was brought to light that is now showing more of the challenges that the State Department is now facing now that this is a diplomatic mission, not a military one, is that they're now not only having issues with transportation and trying to line that up for those who are still there in Afghanistan wanting to leave, but now there's also reports, and even lawmakers said this as well, of them destroying documents because that's how the Taliban is able to track them and identify them and then ultimately kill them, according to lawmakers. The State Department said that it has not told people to destroy documents, but they are having to work with a lot of them on getting them some of this new information so then they can get out, because they can't leave without those.
Yeah, we talk about the people who want to get out. Do we know how many Americans are still in Afghanistan waiting to come to the U.S.?
Right now, the only number that we've been able to get from the State Department is still about that 100, which is what we were hearing even a couple weeks ago. And so those efforts do continue. But the issue with getting a lot of this information out, too, is that the State Department and Secretary Blinken said they want to try to be as transparent as possible. But a lot of this information has to remain classified for safety reasons.
Yeah, praying for all of them, hoping they get out safely. Thank you so much, Jesse. The United Nations is warning of a humanitarian crisis following the Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan. Donor nations have pledged over $1 billion for aid programs there, including $64 million in new funding from the U.S.
In other news this morning, Californians will find out whether a Republican-charged effort to recall Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom will succeed. If voters decide today to oust Newsom, there are 46 candidates lined up hoping to replace him. Conservative talk show host Larry Elder is the top candidate if the recall is successful. The recall petition began circulating back in February of 2020, citing Newsom's policies on several issues, including immigration, homelessness, and taxation.
Meanwhile, the state of Texas is preparing for the arrival of Hurricane Nicholas, with the storm making landfall this morning. The system was upgraded to a Category 1 hurricane late last night. Parts of Louisiana still recovering from Hurricane Ida are expected to feel the impact of Nicholas. On Monday, President Biden declaring an emergency in Louisiana and ordering federal assistance to many parts of the South.
Watching that closely is James Gilbert and our local forecast as well. Nice day yesterday. Looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day today as well, James.
Yeah, I think so. The frontal boundary that's moving through brought some rain to the region overnight between, I would say, about 1 and 4 a.m. But it's moved out. We're good. We're coming up on 7 o'clock, 6:51 right now, 60 degrees. Partly cloudy, wet in spots, some wet roads for those traveling through the Finger Lakes, but otherwise around Monroe County, Rochester, you're looking pretty good. Should be dry. Maybe you're thinking about going out to the canal and getting a walk out there, walking the dog. Why not? That should be nice. Temperatures today definitely warmer than the next two, but we will see that warmth again as we get into the weekend. Little extended forecast at the end of the show. Mark?
All right, James, thank you. Let's check the roads again with our sunrise traffic now and a live look over the thruway. You can see no problems there. A couple of accidents in Rochester, one on South Goodman Street at Pearl and the other on 490 East right at the Alexander Street overpass. So look for some delays there on your commute. Elsewhere, Rochester police investigating an overnight crash that sent 3 people to the hospital.
Officers responding to South Goodman Street at Elmwood Avenue just before midnight. Police say 2 vehicles were involved, with a 55-year-old man removed from his vehicle by firefighters. He was taken to the hospital with what are described as minor injuries. Police also say a 17 and 18-year-old girl were hospitalized with minor injuries. No tickets were issued.
New details on the arrest of a Wayne County woman accused of assaulting a Gananda bus monitor last Friday. 35-year-old Lane Mollier is charged with harassment and endangering the welfare of a child. Police say Mollier allegedly assaulted a bus monitor after a verbal dispute over her son not wearing a mask. Mollier was arrested Friday and taken to the Wayne County Jail before being released. Well, as many industries deal with a shortage of workers, the WROC of Monroe is training people to help fill those needs.
Carmela Boykin is live this morning with how local organizations, including the Strong Museum, are benefiting from this. Good morning, Carmela.
Good morning, Leah. Good morning, Mark. The WROC of Monroe has a few different programs to help individuals prepare for the workforce, one of which is Job Path, a program that supports people with a variety of disabilities, not only in getting jobs, but also once they're employed as well. Through the program, individuals work with employment specialists, make resumes, and practice interview skills. Once individuals are prepared, they also receive support to retain their positions as well. Employment specialist Amy Welsh says the program helps open local businesses' eyes to the employment options available to them.
Our employees are just as valuable and skillful as other employees, and then they come with support as well to get them through some of those tough times.
And the benefit to local companies is not just filling needed job positions, but also representing the diverse community that makes up the city. Reporting in Rochester, Carmela Boykin, News 8. Mark and Leah.
Carmela, thank you. Job Path is the largest employment program in the region and supports over 400 individuals with disabilities.
Other news this morning, Britain's National Health Service is conducting the world's largest trial of the Galleri blood test that can be used to detect more than 50 types of cancer before symptoms appear. The test looks at the DNA in a patient's blood to determine if any come from cancer cells. Earlier diagnosis of cancers leads to a dramatic increase in survival rates. It's hoped the test will help the NHS reach a long-term goal of detecting 75% of cancers in the initial stages. All right, here's what some folks might be talking about at the water cooler this morning. Rochester's 10th Annual Fringe Festival begins today. The 12-day event goes through September 25th. It features over 425 in-person and online performances this year. The final day will include a music fest at the 5 downtown with the popular Rochester band Joywave as the headliner. Those who want to attend indoor shows for the Fringe Fest will be required to show proof of vaccination.
Yeah, what a day it's going to be today. Temperatures in the 80s.
Yeah, sure. Certainly some warmth out there. Now, look, I was kind of enjoying the mid-70s, but my turn is done, and now it's your turn to enjoy the 80s.
We'll blast the summer here.
Short sleeves, shorts for school, why not? Should be very comfortable out there. The summer feel, that's what we've got. Maybe even make sure to get a little bit of sunscreen on this afternoon because we will have that sun come out. Sure, an isolated storm or two, but really the focus for rain will be overnight into Wednesday, and you see the drop in temperatures by Wednesday. We're back in the 70s, but a slow but sure climb as we get into Thursday. Friday looks great, low 80s, back in the 80s for Saturday and Sunday, so a decent looking stretch as we kind of wrap up. About a week left of summer here. Mark, Leah?
Nice way to wrap it up for sure. All right. Thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next. Have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.